Alright y'all, in this one we're going to be changing out the air handler and condenser on this 1974 Climatrol. And this condenser is located near the middle of the building, so we're going to do a lot of work through this window. And this is going to be the new air handler. Already has electric heat. And we're probably going to go with one of these condensers, 1.5 ton 410A, 14 SEER. And that new 410A condenser requires a 3/8 line. So we're going to have to try to run this underground. And when we do, I'm going to try to run an 18.7 with it. This is going to be the air handler. Barely drain any water out. This is the 1/4 inch line for the downstairs I just cut, and this is the 1/4 inch line for the upstairs. Alrighty, this is going to be the new 3/8 line for the upstairs. It's going to be the old quarter line that used to go upstairs, and it's going to be the quarter line that goes to the downstairs unit. This one has a lot of push and pull, so I figured out I'm going to try to do this one. Alright, here's the 1/4 inch line fits inside a 3/8. I'm going to go about right there. Give a little crimp. And main thing I was going for is to plug up that hole when after I crimped it so that dirt doesn't get into this line. We just gotta stretch this out a little bit, probably out into the parking lot. Alright, time to go pool. There she is. And we are going to be keeping this fan motor. We still have a couple of these climate control boxes. Oh my goodness. Got a TXV on it. It does have nitrogen, so we shouldn't have a leak. And there's 3 screws hidden back here, little cutouts. I don't think it's gonna fall right away. Man, there's a lot of sharp edges on here. Do not slice your hand open. Oh, that's a lot lighter. The next step is we're going to make a cut all the way around here using a sawzall or a grinder. The new air handler is going to be 36 inches tall. We have about 42 inches from the new base. And we're pretty level. We've got a lot more room down here to turn wrenches or do whatever we got to do with water heaters. First test fit. We're actually looking pretty good. Got plenty of room under here to work, and you see the drains on this one are going to be on the bottom. So we got to worry about these lines. They can't come anywhere around here. So I'm thinking maybe come out 5/8 tubing here, and then we got 5/8 going into the air handler. Pretty much just make sure these say 5/8. This says 5/8. Okay, this is gonna be the Spin S6000 swage kit. And this tubing is gonna get really hot, so you wanna make sure you have a glove. Hold it steady as you can. Quick test fit. Looking good. 3/8. And over here I bent the lines a little bit forward so I have some room to tape and put some duckboard in there. Now I'm going to take the air handler back out, go ahead and brace those 2 joints and get it back in here. That would have been a really tight spot to do some brazing. And this condenser's been sitting for a while, so we're just going to check for pressure. Make sure we're not installing an empty condenser. And we're around the 230 mark, 225, so we're got a full condenser. And these are the low loss fittings. Alright, got to bend a little bit of 3/4. Alright, we're going to pull the shredders. Get to about 25 psi. I think this has a limit of 60, is what it says on it. And you can hear it flowing. So I'm going to go with where it's at right now. It shouldn't be able to build up too much pressure. And if you remember that service port from earlier to drain the evaporator, you could put a little 90 and hook the hose right into the backside. That way you don't have any hoses outside right where you're doing the brazing. And back in the day, they did not flow nitrogen. Look how tiny these capillary tubes are. They never clogged up. Right here I started eating a little bit into the swage. That's what happens when you go left-handed. This joint looks pretty good. Ooh, I hope that's not a hole. We're going to be putting the shredders back in. Alright, we're going to do our first test at 75 psi in case we got a leak. We can check it real quick. No bubbles, come on. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes. We already changed the oil in the vacuum.
Took the thing out. I did, but I didn't.
Haven't seen one bubble grow. We're still a tick over 225. Alright guys, remember we do have the shredders in here. We've got the vacuum up here on top. And on this side we're going to be using a 4-port manifold. Everything's open right now. We've got a micron gauge attached to where the yellow hose normally would go. We're getting really close. I think we're at 560. Alright, we got down to the 300s. Just going to shut these. The gauges are isolated. Sounds like a circus back here. But we got the ground in the ground spot. Black and red, it doesn't matter what side they go on. You see I kind of crossed them up here. Black, red, works either way. And these connectors are orange/blue, so they work just like the blue ones or the orange ones. We got white to white, orange to brown, red to red, blue to blue, and purple to yellow. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in here. The breaker is off. And the mosquitoes are eating me alive. Hopefully we're done out here. Halfway there. Time to get this air handler attached to the plenum. And all we're trying to do here is keep insulation between this insulation and the air handler. And then we're going to leave some overlap so we can tape it and seal it. So we've got some overlap back here. And we've got some overlap right here. We're using a hard cast premium foil tape. And I think it would have been impossible to tape the back of this unless I cut this wall out. I already did the hard side. And the corners, it's usually what you got to worry about. So go really heavy on the corners. Feels pretty solid. Alright, finally down to the last piece. She's a work of art. Still got room to put power. Thermostat. Okay, I'm gonna get this fan reinstalled and all the electronics. If you remember, that brown wire outside was hooked up to the orange, so this is really the orange. It's hooked up to O on this thermostat. While I got this apart, I'm gonna go ahead and blast it one time with some CO2. Oh, you can hear it making a mess back there. Alright, we're not going to overthink the drain too much. We don't have room for overflow, so I'm just going to plug it. Going to put 3/4 threaded here, work my way around, try to keep room to work on the water heater. And this clamp fitting's pretty nice because you can still pop this off, give it a flush backwards if you had to. Put this thing in there.